So after this whole United Airlines incident, have we learned anything? Unless you've been in a rock somewhere, I'm sure you've heard about this United Airlines thing, where the dude got yanked out of his seat, knocked out, and drugged down the aisle, and removed from the plane. So, what did we learn from this? Well, I'll tell you, what you should have learned is that we have let the corporate monster rear its ugly head and take control of everything for way too long. Now, if you think way back, you used to be able to get on an airplane, check your bag, get on, sit down, you had an in-meal flight, you had a stewardess who would serve you drinks and was kind and courteous, and you actually had customer service. And then 9/11 happened. After 9/11, the airlines, they cried the blues, boo-hoo-hoo, no one wants to fly, everyone's scared, so the government, our tax money, bailed out the airlines. So the first thing the airlines did was, well, of course, they filled their pockets, they gave themselves big fat bonuses and raises, and then they took out rows of seats, squashed them together, and added more seats. And then after that, they said, you want to check a bag? Well, it's going to cost you almost as much as your seat to check a bag. And we as consumers said, okay. And you went and you checked your bag and you squeezed your ass in the even smaller seat than you had before, even though the one before that was very uncomfortable. Well, yeah, unless you're flying first class, but we all don't have first class cash. But we still do pay our money for our seat and the service that we were promised. Now, it's not just airlines that do this. I made another video where I used Comcast as an example. There was a time when I used to be able to go to my local hardware store. I'd walk in and he'd say hi to me, and I'd say, hey Jim, how you doing? Yeah, I got a leaky sink, and he'd take me down the aisle and he'd show me everything that I needed, and then he'd take me up and he would ring me out, and while he was ringing me out, we would have some chit chat about the neighborhood. Same thing with my local deli. I would walk in, hey, how you doing? How you doing? You want another pound of this like always? Sure. And we would have some idle chit chat. Them days are gone. Corporate took over. You got the big box stores that come in, they force all the little guys out, and then they give you crappy products and even more crappy customer service. Cell phones and computers. You gotta have them. You just have to. You can't live your life without a cell phone and a computer. You gotta have that smartphone. You can do everything on there. You don't even have to go anywhere. You can sit in your living room, pull out your smartphone, and do everything. But what do? You stand in line for hours in front of the store for the new release of the newest, latest, greatest smartphone. You run out and you get that new computer, and it has the latest and greatest updated version of whatever. And none of it's ready. None of it works. What do you have to do? Sit around and wait for the new update to come out. Yeah, we sold it. It's here. It's not ready. It's junk. But you spend $1,000 for it anyway. And don't worry, in a couple months, we'll send out that update and we'll make it work almost. And in another 2 months, we'll push another update on you. So you're sitting in line, you're standing in line for a product that isn't ready, that doesn't work, but you spend top dollar for it. You take it home and wait for the update and hope it works. And if it doesn't, don't worry. They'll send you another update in a little bit. But as consumers, what do? Okay, whatever. You don't care. You go out, you work hard, you get your money, you spend your money for a product, whether it be a smartphone or a seat on an airplane or a rental car or whatever it may be that the corporate giants control, and you don't get your service or your product, or it's substandard, and what do? Oh well, whatever. Or if you do get mad, like I said, you call into customer service and you talk to somebody in India that you can't understand if you get through the prompts. So they just hope that you just give up and deal with it. Whether it be a cell phone provider, a satellite dish provider, cable company, whatever. They all do this to you too. Hey, We'll give you the world to come join us. We'll give you a free month. We'll give you a free phone. We'll give you free this. We'll give you, for the first 3 months, it'll be $50. Then once they get you, what do? Nothing. Treat you like garbage. But wait, how come if they can get it for $50, why am I paying $300? If they're getting a free phone to come over here, why do I have to pay $1,000 for one? Because they'll lure you in, and then once they get you, they get their hands around your neck, and they really don't care anymore. Mo money, mo money. So now they're selling you a seat. They're letting you get on after you gave them your money and they sold you something. You get on the plane, you sit down and you buckle in, and they decided, we didn't quite make enough money yet. We don't give a shit about you. We don't care what you paid for. We want more money. You're coming off. Even if we got to break your nose and give you a concussion. And if you sue us, so what? We have plenty of money set aside for all those lawsuits, and we got lawyers on retainer. That's why we pay them. We need to make billions a year, because if we don't, when I die, my spoiled kids, who never worked a day in their life, won't be able to drive around in their Bentleys and snort coke off fancy toilets in the finest restaurants around the world. I mean, come on. Why else do you need $1 billion a year? What do you spend $1 billion on? And when you're dead, I don't care how much Botox you get, how many enhancements you get, or how many times you go to the doctor, how many sweet little fruit juices or whatever else you do, you're going to die. And when you die and you have $10 billion in your bank account, no matter what you believe in, whether you go off to heaven or you just rot in the ground, either which way, you don't get your MAC card and you're not going to make any purchases. So what do you need $10 billion for? So we've let these corporate monsters take over our entire lives, and we just work, and hand them all of our money and get zero for it. And we accept it. Why? Might be right, might be wrong. Doesn't matter. It's blind views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.